going ahead, has some
Oh,
life in
well,
it yet?
The reason I think why these newcomers, why they don't join in on things in the community, they're mostly just commuters, and they don't have a lot of time.
And they don't have roots, I guess.
No, that's most of it. Now, there's some people that are, do join in with things in the community, and they're quite good and quite good workers, but then most of these subdivisions, we wouldn't have a clue who they are.
Well, maybe some of them will read this glorious history that we're putting on tape here and get turned on by some of the stories of the past.
Well, somebody like Mrs. Gagey, she fitted in that generation, didn't she?
Well, she wasn't around here originally, but she was, around for quite a while, that she should.
Yeah, since the 50s.
Uh-huh.
And, they came just before the bonds.
Yes.
Just concerning Agnes, I have a couple of questions. Okay? Agnes Cole. We didn't know much about her.
Yeah.
Now, what's the story of they lived beside each other for 60 years?
Well, they weren't just, they went to, I guess probably they went to maybe the same school, Clay Hill. The McKays and the Coles went to Clay Hill, and I guess they would be probably near the same age.
Yeah, maybe.
They probably did go to school together at one time.
And Aggie never married? She never?
No.
They just lived on all those years.
Yeah.
Any idea why they didn't marry earlier?
Well, maybe I don't want this recorded.
No. Well,
I don't think.
Please?
Her leg removed.
I was just
Earlier
going to
that
say
year.
that. She had an amputation.
Yes.
Diabetes probably or something.
No, it was cancer.
It was cancer, eh?
Cancer in this lump and the doctor thought that was the best thing to do to save her pain. He said by doing that, it would either go to the lungs. I think that's what he said. It would go to the lungs rather than, and she wouldn't have the same pain.
This is Agnes Cole, who's Wilma's aunt.
Well, here's Jessie
And
Sinkler.
related.
Pardon?
So she's
Bessie.
related through
Here's Bessie Sinkler.
the Cole
Yeah.
family and through
Well,
the
you see,
Fallbrook
my mother
family
and
to
Dad,
the McKays.
when they were married, they went to Toronto. They didn't want a big wedding because that was the year the farm down on the 10th line was sold, and they were building this new house over on the 6th line. So they rented Ern Rogers' house, the house where Ern Rogers was later. They rented that house for the summer, and they lived there while they were building this house over on the 6th line. And Mother mostly she pretty much stayed, I think, over in the Rogers house. I think Aunt Aggie was over the other place and fed the men that were working there. But anyway, Mother and Dad were married in November that year, and they went to Toronto to be married. It was Reverend Fowley that had been in Erin, the minister in Erin. They went down there to be married, and because they didn't want a big wedding with all this other things they'd had on, I guess. So, and then they stayed for the weekend with your grandfather and grandmother,
Really?
Dave and Bessie.
They were living in Toronto there.
Yes.
Because he was making, you know what he was making as a carpenter?
Yeah.
Refrigerators.
Oh, is that right?
That's what he always did. I was like, that's where he learned the trade.
think she has.
Then he moved to own sound.
Uh-huh. Well, that's where they stayed for the weekend.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Who may turn out?
the other question I have is, for the moment anyways, did you always have electricity?
No.
No. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, where I'm living now, when the McHenrys came out from Acton to live at Ballinafad, she had been working at the glove shop in Acton, and she wanted to bring a machine out here to work. They would let her bring a machine and she could still work at making these gloves, but they had no hydro. So they put the hydro in. Then Will McKay's, he wasn't living then, I guess, it'd be Annie and Earl and Archie and Jesse. They wanted to bring the hydro over that far, but they wouldn't bring it unless, this was 1936, they wouldn't bring it unless they could get 2 people in that distance. So Garnet's mother and dad decided they would get it. So that made enough that they got it over there, you see. Well then, over where we were, it didn't come until about 38, 39.
Okay, yes. And what did you do before?
Had lamps and lanterns
And a pump.
Kerosene.
and yes, and a hand pump.
And you pumped the water for the cows.
Yeah, and
everything.
windmill. A windmill would pump water.
At Fallbrook, do you remember at Uncle Sandy's place, did they have a pump?
A hand pump out in the backyard.
It pumped off the stream, the little creek that comes down there, is that right?
It, maybe, I don't know.
It did, because they hauled water from below in pails and then that stream they were able to pump water from the little stream.
Oh.
Came from uphill. That's
Well,
what
I
Rachel-
think the water that they used in the house, I think it came from that pump, as far as I know.
That's what Aunt Rachel says that remembers. Yes, they were able to install the pump from the creek that comes up, but from the creek below, she tells the story that 3 times they ordered pumps from Eaton's, and they wouldn't pump the water all the way up from down
I
below.
see.
It was too
Oh,
far.
too
And even
far.
today, a hand pump, because I have a hand pump in my place, a hand pump won't go up that far.
Mm.
If you're that far up, the water
Yeah.
stays down.
Oh, yes.
Because I don't have electricity.
Uh-huh.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Okay.
I just find this.
Thank you.
And I would suspect I kind of think they had a cistern, and you know, you'd have a pump on, hand
Yeah.
pump on that, too, for washing and that sort of thing.
See, here's Uncle Sandy. This is in Portage. And who's he traveling with? He's
That's Sandy.
That's Kate,
that's
isn't it?
yeah, that's
Yeah,
Kate.
that's Kate, yeah.
That's in Georgetown.
See, I knew Kate.
Yeah. If you want to talk about a picture, talk about that one. Maybe show it on the screen.
Well, this is the marriage picture. Yes. This is my grandfather David, and this is Bessie Sinclair, whose sister Jessie married David's brother William. Now, which Sinklers are these?
William, do you say David? Oh, let me think now.
David and William married 2 Sinclair sisters.
It's in Gibson Sinclair's connection, isn't it? Or who is
I
the
have no
patriarch there? It's Norm Sinclair's connection.
Well, Bessie is, sure, she's Norm's connect. She's,
Yes,
yeah, she would be,
a sister,
an aunt,
a brother.
an
Yeah,
aunt.
that's right.
She'd be an aunt of Norm's. But now this is, you say this is,
This is her sister Jessie, and William McKay. Bill's.
oh, that was another sister that was married. I
2 sisters
didn't
married
realize
2
that,
brothers.
I guess.
Yeah, that's what's so special. Yes.
Ah, I don't think I realized that,
You can keep that picture.
oh,
These are all for
I'd
you.
like to have that.
These are for you.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
this, I'll try and blow it up further by a professional. Maybe this is you,
Oh, no, it wouldn't be,
1921.
no, I'm not that far back.
Oh, excuse me.
I wasn't born till 25.
Well, it would be Aunt Rachel. I think it's 19. We think it's Aunt Rachel.
Uh-huh, could be.
It'd be 1921 about
Yeah.
with my father.
Ah,
Well, that's anyways. I like to believe it.
yes. Ah,
So that's for you. This is the
I
sketch.
think I have that.
Do you have this?
I think so.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And
I think we're done.
But this one, I don't
No.
know. So you say I can have that?
that's for you,
We're
definitely.
getting
Oh,
into
good.
something.
That's for you. That's your. I'm looking for Agnes. She's here somewhere.
Oh, yeah, I like
I
this.
have lots of
I
tea
don't
time.
have a, well, I do at some family reunions like we had in that. I have pictures, but I don't have that much.
Here's
of
the,
it.
There's David.
Yeah,
No, this is Sandy, David, and John and Bob.
ah,
Now these are brothers.
yes,
but,
yes,
Did you ever know John and Bob?
no,
Well, we think these both committed suicide.
yes, I kinda understood that.
Rachel tells a story. One of their picture was on the wall, and nobody ever talked about it. And then the other one,
Yeah, I knew
was-
about him.
he was in the
Yeah,
West,
Yeah,
and they brought him all the way back here to be buried.
yeah, I knew about him, but I just don't know if I knew about
Here's
the other one.
the. he,
Oh, yes, yes.
yeah. So yeah, he had a whiskey flask in his back pocket. That he,
Pretty much, I think,
well,
from what I heard.
I guess that's what kept him alive and vigorous.
Ah,
See, here's the young couple.
Cantankerous.
Yeah, this is before they came over. This is in Scotland.
oh,
Now I'm still looking for Agnes.
she was Jessie, Cobra,
Yes,
yeah.
that's right. Yeah. I just, well, this is all Jim's stuff. This is his the booklet he
Oh, yeah.
wrote that he was showing you, but there is a picture of Agnes in here somewhere. Oh, there it is, right there. It's the beautiful
Yes,
picture.
Lynn took one off of that. She got one, she photographed it.
Well, this is, we want to,
This is out in the garden
uh,
with the hole.
this is a pretty classical picture, you
Oh,
know.
yes, I thought, I kinda wanted that picture because I knew McLean's had it, but I never had it, and I thought, oh, that was a good picture of them at that time.
See, this is Silver
You
Creek
see, that's after the move to Silver Creek.
after 1943.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. But they got along great. Yeah, they got along good.
I remember that house looking like that. It looked like it was out in the desert when,
Yes,
when I went there
yeah,
in the
yeah,
50s.
yeah.
And
I can remember when Auntie, after she had her leg amputated, she was, oh, I guess she was wasn't that good maybe at that time. This was a little later on, and she wanted they had put her bed down in the living room, so. And she wanted there was just an archway between the dining room and the living room, and she kind of wanted those two rooms papered. So Mother and Dad, and Violet and I, my sister, we went and papered these two rooms.
well,
She
good.
was so pleased about that, to get those rooms papered.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's very nice because it wasn't finished. Huh?
No, it's been covered with something since then.
My grandmother died in our home too. She came there to die.
Yeah,
It was common.
yeah.
Good. He's planting potatoes. Huh?
Yeah, they're out in the garden doing something anyway.
Well, my dad, he talked about strawberries and raspberries. My dad got some of that from Sandy, I guess, wherever he went. He always planted strawberries and
Yeah.
raspberries.
Well, maybe these are the famous strawberry plants. That
Cost $12.
Uh-huh.
Wilma, I think there's one other thing you could do to help us, and that would be to think of people in all these connections that who would have some memory or some appreciation of the history that we should interview.
Well, there's not too